Continuing on, here are several ways that teachers can inadvertently create challenges for themselves that will hinder the effectiveness of trauma-informed practice. Not individualizing. Remember that every child is unique and should be treated as such. There is no single profile for trauma, and each child you serve will have their own specific needs in order to develop resilience. Being pessimistic. Teaching can be difficult, and teaching children with trauma histories can be extra difficult. But you've got to believe that things can get better for these children. Human beings are remarkably capable of bouncing back from adversity, especially if they have the support needed to scaffold their recovery.
Your expectations for children can and will influence their expectations for themselves. If you're pessimistic about their capacity to learn and improve, they will undoubtedly respond with pessimism as well. However, if you consistently engage them with an optimistic and hopeful spirit, they will reciprocate. This can set the foundation for a wide range of wonderful benefits, such as improved self-worth, academic success, and social competence. Comparing trauma. It can sometimes be difficult to understand how trauma affects someone. People tend to use their own experience as a frame of reference, but this is always a mistake. We cannot judge how any traumatizing experience should or should not affect a child based on someone else's experience or any arbitrary assumptions that fail to individualize. Statements such as, "It really isn't that bad," "It could have been worse," or "That's not nearly as bad as what happened to me," are invalidating and unfair, especially to a child who's just doing the best they can. Taking things personally. Let's be honest here. A child who is relentlessly exhibiting difficult and disrespectful behavior can and will get on your nerves. But you can't take it personally or hold a grudge. Just remember that the child is only doing what they believe they need to do in order to feel safe. And yes, this sometimes manifests as rude, aggressive, and insulting behavior. But it's not their fault.
They're lashing out because they're in pain and feel unsafe. So take a deep breath and refrain from matching that energy with harsh language or unfair punishments. Silencing and suppressing. This means not allowing children to speak freely or to be themselves. Silencing their voices, individuality, or culture in the classroom is invalidating, and it can cause the child to feel disrespected, unsafe, and uncared for. They need to know that they are valued and have the freedom to ask questions, express themselves, and participate in classroom discussions without the risk of being silenced by their teachers. Lacking self-awareness. Could it be you are holding on to some beliefs that may not be conducive to supporting the resilience of a child dealing with trauma? To be effective in your interactions with children, you must be honest and authentic at all times, and that requires some serious self-reflection on your own emotions, biases, privileges, and experiences. We'll talk more about that in the next step.